nice. League finals tomorrow. Walking Dead. Okay. So the way I usually like to start these tutorials is to begin with focus on the multi-ball, and then we'll go into the different mode aspects of the game. We'll cover the different mode shots and how they're played, as well as cover how walker kills work, as well as cover how multi-kill weapons work. So I guess we probably should start with the idea of walker or multi-kill weapons, because that's something that acts as an objective or accomplishment you're trying to achieve in just about any of the aspects of the game of play, whether it's a multi-ball, whether it's some of the shots in the game act as functions, any of the modes. They all have this level of completion status where you're awarded with a multi-kill weapon. So right in front of you, on the center section here, you've got 6 slots for different weapons. One thing to take note of is there's absolutely no difference between any of them. It's all random. Lighting the hammer versus the axe has absolutely no bearing or difference to it. And you don't choose which one's light in what order. All you care about is whether or not you're collecting any, whether or not any are active, and whether or not you can collect amass a total of 6 of them. Getting 6 of them will allow you to start the mini wizard mode called Horde, which is the light that's right above it. So the big question is, okay, what do multi-kill weapons do for you? Why do you care about trying to collect them? And how do you get them? So there's a lot of ways to collect them. And as we go through and talk about all of the things, you'll hear me mention what's needed in order to collect your multi-kill weapon. So, first things first, we're going to go into the 3 multi-balls. The 2 main ones are Well Walker, which is associated with your Well Walker guy right here, and Prison Multi-Ball, which is associated with the prison in the back. Your third one is Bloodbath. We'll talk about that last, and it's going to be one of the more critical ones to be able to do, but I'm going to consider that to be off on the side. Namus, I have a Game of Thrones sitting right next to me, and we'll be playing it next week. Alright. So, let's talk about Well Walker first. It's the one that's closest to you. It's very straightforward, very simple. So we're going to get the ball into play here. Once it's in play, you get this fine background music. Get under hold. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so Well Walker. Boom. Guy right here. All you need to do is hit him, and you're going to start lighting your well letters. Now, what's important to realize is with the 2 main multi-balls, they have a prep phase, a preparation phase, and then you actually get to start the multi-ball. It's important to keep that in mind. We'll get to that more later. So in order to start the preparation phase, you need to hit the Well Walker 5 times, lighting all the well letters. So you hit him once, and light your first well letter. Hit him again, and lights the second one. So you got to do that a total of 5 times. There's 4, and you can see after the 4th one, it scrolls back and forth. It'll save your progress. So scrolls back and forth. Let's get back into play. And we're going to hit it one more time in order to prep the multi-ball. So there you go. Well Walker, smash Well Walker to attack. So in the preparation mode, what you've got is now you have a certain number of shots to start the multi-ball. The first time you do it, it's going to be 5. The other thing is, and this isn't as critical, but you do notice that the well letters are lighting, strobing back and forth, scrolling. And in addition, on the screen, it gives you different values. So as the letters are lighting up, the more letters lit, the more valuable it'll be worth. Now, overall, it's not really worth much, but it's just neat to know. So, we'll get that back here. Awesome. Thank you, Prison. Alright, launch back in play. So all we need to do is hit the Well Walker 5 more times to start Well Walker multi-ball.
Don't want to be you right now.
So we hit him once. Let's see here. Hit him again. That's 2. You see it's telling me the value, 375,000. 2 more will start it. 4. And there's 5. Now, Well Walker is a 2-ball multi-ball, and it's based off of switch hits. So it'll tell you on the screen how many switch hits you have left before you can collect a Well Walker letter. You'll know it's time because it starts flashing like that. So you got to hit the Well Walker, and you collect a Well letter. So 26 more switch hits, 24, is the pop bumpers are a great place to collect switches. And so it'll light that next letter. So shooting it back into the pops is a good thing to do for Well Walker. 13 switch hits left. Spinner's a good one as well. So you can see now the second letter is lit. Hit them real quick and collect it. Now the progress of Well Walker will carry through. So if I started Well Walker again, which we did, we would pick up where we left off in spelling well. So the thing you're trying to complete with Well Walker multi-ball is hit switches. Once you've hit enough, you hit the Well Walker to collect a letter. If you can spell 3 of the letters, W-E-L, you'll collect a multi-kill weapon, which we didn't accomplish, but that's okay. So ideally, when you start Well Walker, you're just trying to get through 3 of the letters. So there you go. Simple 2-ball multi-ball. Hey, Wobbly Chair, how you doing, man? Yes, there are 2 magnets on the premium/LE version of the game. There's one up at the prison, which is also on the Pro, but then the Well Walker gets one as well. Alright, so that's Well Walker multi-ball. Now let's talk about prison multi-ball. Once again, in a similar vein, this has a preparation phase and then an actual start play phase. So in order to prep, when you first start, the prison itself is almost ready to go. It needs 2 shots in order to get to the preparation phase. So you can see that the 6 letters of prison up there are mostly lit. The last one is flashing. Just hit the prison in the back there, and you will make progress towards getting it going. Now it's strobing back and forth, so 1 more hit will get you to the preparation phase, which is called Clear the Prison Yard. So we'll do that. You'll get the animation for Clear the Prison Yard, and then you hope the ball doesn't get thrown right down the middle. And there we go. We're in. I can just get control of the ball here. Perfect. So now you got 6 walkers walking around back in the prison yard, and you got 5 shots that are lit up around the playfield associated with that. So all your 5 shots are lit. You can hit them in any order you want in order to clear them out. So if we hit barn, it clears out the guy on the far left associated with that shot. Hit CDC, or just hit barn again, or hit arena, clears that out. One thing I like to do is if you prep the prison multi-ball early enough, as you're playing the game, you're going to end up making a lot of these shots, and you'll get credit for it. So it's kind of a nice thing to have ready early because you'll make progress towards starting the multi-ball as you just play regularly. Sorry. Anyway, the other way, say one of these shots is more difficult for you, ride shot or tunnel shot, the other option is you can just hit the walker head in the back, and it will award you a free but random shot. So say I got 3 shots left, I hit that, and it awarded me the tunnel shot. So now I don't have to make that one. Namus, flipper trick. What are you referring to there?
Player 1.
Are you talking about the launch arm of the ball out of here, Vexes? If that's the case, then no. The Pro version does not have the fire button in the lockdown bar, so that's why you don't see that. That is a premium LE feature, which we will cover more about later. All right, so we got 2 walkers left. There's one more shot. There was the last one. We'll get that back. All right, we got bicycle roll going on, the mode over on the side. Kind of want that to go away. We'll clear her out real quick. Hopefully not by dying. Or by dying. That's fine too. Alright, so we've cleared out the 5 main shots, and you're going to see that there's only 1 walker still left in the prison yard. There he is in the center. The last shot, and always is going to be the last shot, is got to be the guy in the back. So you got to hit the prison in the face. Once you do that, you clear it out, and now it takes 1 more shot, only to the prison, in order to start the multi-ball. Or you just shoot the shot to the side of it. Alright, there we go. So this is a 3-ball multi-ball, unlike the 2-ball of Well Walker. And the way this works is, it's a back and forth thing. So all the shots light up blue for you to go hit. Once you make one of those, then the prison doors open up. And then you gotta shoot the walker in the back. So once you do that, that's a set of 2 shots, you'll collect one of your prison letters. So you can see the P is now lit up. So now we hit that, we gotta hit the guy in the back again. And now we lost the ball and it's already over. So we only even collected 1 jackpot there. But much like Well Walker, it saves your progress. So if we get back to that multi-ball, we'll pick up where we left off. So prison jackpots are back and forth, making shots, shooting the center, making shots, shooting the center. And it's a slow crawl to fill those prison letters. If you can collect 4 prison letters, that's 8 shots total, then you will collect a multi-kill weapon. But once again, it saves your progress, so if we get back there, we can carry on. In order to start it again, notice now the prison lights are all unlit. So we gotta hit the prison doors a whole bunch of times in order to get back to clear the prison yard. That's what makes it more difficult the second time to get there. A bunch of initial shots. But there you go, that's prison multiple.
Play again! There's more walkers to kill out there!
Oh. Yeah, so Namus, that is, I don't know if that's kind of a placebo effect, to be perfectly honest. So what he's referring to is when the ball's being held by the magnet at the prison, when it releases it, it's infamous for throwing the ball straight down the middle. One thing that they went and did was change the way it pulsed a little bit in later code to try to help that. It helps some, but it doesn't completely resolve that from happening in the randomness that is pinball. That being said, a lot of times people will say, well, you can cancel out of the animation and get right back to playing by flipping both flippers. So a lot of times people will say, hey, if you flip the flippers at a certain point in the animation, they get a lot less drains. Personally, I'm going to say that's not something you're going to statistically be able to prove. I would say it's just going to be a randomized thing. So you could wait. You could try to double flip. I'm not honestly going to say that it's going to make a difference. But if you feel like it does, go for it. I'm going to go with placebo, though. Good question, Slappy. The quick answer to that is you have to light tower in the back by hitting the 2 targets in front of the prison, and then make the riot shot to hit the tower target in the back, and that will light your 2x playfield. We'll demonstrate that a little bit later. Alright, so we covered Well Walker multi-ball, we covered Prison multi-ball. Now let's talk about Bloodbath. And this is going to end up getting us to a key point for later on, which is these drop targets on the left. These are a big deal in this game. Alright, so what we're going to do is get control of the ball. And it already actually hit some drop targets for us in that flailing there. There we go. So on the left side, there's a set of 3 drop targets. There's also 3 sets of lights. First aid, weapons, and food. I guess there's technically a 4th light that says Bloodbath outside of that. So right now, I've hit one of the drop targets, and you can see that the light is stopped and is flashing on weapons. If we finish the set of drop targets, we got one more left there. Oh, down the middle we go. That's alright. Back at it. Alright, let's get control again. There we go. Okay, so now none of the drop targets are hit, and notice that the light is now scrolling between those 3 options there. First aid, weapons, food. So the first shot isn't as important, but as soon as you hit any of the 3 drop targets, it will stop on whichever one is currently lit. So if I flip it now, it was stopped on food.
Dead features are lit.
As the ball came down, it cleared the target, the 3rd target, and now the whole target bank was completed. So notice, I stopped it on food, and now food is lit solid, but it continues to now go back to scrolling. So the next time I hit a drop target, it will stop on that one. So now, the whole goal of being able to get the Bloodbath is you need to clear a set of drop targets when it's stopped on first aid, when it's stopped on weapons, and stopped on food. Food is complete. You can see that it's lit solid, so we need to stop it on one of the other 2. So we're going to flip, and we stopped it, and it was on first aid. We got down a second drop target, we got one more to go, and then we'll have completed first aid. Missed it? Got it.
We need it.
Oh. Not able to control it there, and we died anyway, that's fine. So we finished a set of drop targets on first aid, a set of drop targets on food. The only one left we need is weapons. So now we gotta stop it on weapons. Easiest way to do that, get the ball in control on your right flipper,
We got him.
or either flipper, we can pass it over. Or just let it go right down the middle.
Lessons or what?
Alright, ball. There we go. And we'll pass it over. Or not. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we want to hit a drop target when it's on weapons. The best way to time this out so you hit it where you want it is you wait, hold the ball here, wait till it gets to the one before you want it to be on, and then release the flipper to let the ball start rolling, and then flip it into the drop targets about, 2/3 of the way down the flipper-ish. By the time the ball gets there, the light will have moved to the one you want, and off you go. So we want to hit weapons. We're going to wait till it gets to first aid, release, and then flip. And we caught one, and look at that. It hit it while it was on weapons. It stopped there. Perfect. Now we just want to clear out the rest of the drop targets. One to go. There we go.
Oh, it's gonna be
A bloodbath. So once you've cleared out one of each of them, the next set of drop targets you clear, regardless of which one it is, will start Bloodbath. You can tell because the Bloodbath icon is now flashing. So here we go. We want to start Bloodbath. So we just got to complete any of those.
Man, this one is just a mess.
One of the non-benefits of having a magnet at Well Walker is he just literally threw it right down the left outlet. Alright, so let's try to do that again real quick. much faster. That way we can show off the multi-ball. So first, we're just going to try to clear out one of these. Doesn't matter which one. Ball safe. Thank you. One drop target left over there for us to clear. There you go. One down.
Dead features are lit.
Now we want to try to make sure we don't hit while it's on weapons. We've stopped it on food and magneted prison threw it down the out lane. Awesome. So 1 of 3 done. Let's get the ball back and make this happen. And we stopped it, while it's on food. All right, good. Now we got 1 drop target left to hit. The bottommost drop target can be a little tricky sometimes to get. It is a little tight in there. There we go. Sometimes you just need some luck. Alright, so we got food and weapons done. We need first aid, so we wait till it gets to food, release, and flip. And then boom, there you go.
Oh, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Bloodbath is ready. We've got it stopped on weapons, that's fine. Okay, as soon as we complete the other 2 drop targets, it will start Bloodbath. Bloodbath starts as a 2-ball multi-ball and will starts as a 2-ball multi-ball and gives you the ability to add a ball to play. Just trying to get control here. There we go. 1 drop target left at the bottom by completing sets of drop targets. So Bloodbath is all about drop targets. There we go. Off we go. So now we want to complete more sets of drop targets. Doing so will be how you get jackpots in Bloodbath. Also, when you complete sets of drop targets, you'll get an add-a-ball and a short additional ball save, which is what we just got there. And now we've lost it. Short-lived, but... And no, we weren't able to get a last-second... Nope. And it's over. So there you go, that's Bloodbath. So, one thing to say though is, Bloodbath can be extremely valuable if used properly. Which is something that I will get around to demonstrating. So, you can start Bloodbath again, but it becomes more difficult, just like the other multi-balls become more difficult. The key point here is the same way you had to complete a full set of lighting all 3. In order to play Bloodbath again, you need to now, instead of do that once, you got to do it twice. So we're actually close to, well, it's over now, but we're actually close to completing first aid, which would complete the full set of 3, but we'd have to do it all over again. Alright, so there you go. We've played through Well Walker, we've played through Prison, and we've played through Bloodbath.
That was a good one.
One thing I didn't mention about Bloodbath was how to get a multi-kill weapon. So you can get a multi-kill weapon out of playing Bloodbath, and that just comes from hitting enough sets of drop targets. Honestly, I don't remember the number you need to hit, but just know that it's quite a few. Now, there's one other really important thing about Bloodbath to note, which is it's the only stackable multi-ball. Not a problem, Slappy, not a problem. So, Fugel, great question. It depends on the situation. So the idea with Bloodbath, and as I mentioned, is you need to do one of each. So if you do food 3 times, that's not going to get you any closer to Bloodbath. You got to do food once, weapons once, first aid once. Now, the food, weapons, first aid each have additional functions, and we'll get to that more in a little bit. But for the sake of Bloodbath, it doesn't matter. It only matters that you do one of each. So that's the key point there. And I do want to make one more mention. Well, there's a couple extra things. So when I mentioned Bloodbath is stackable, that means if you start Bloodbath, you can start Well Walker and make progress towards starting Well Walker while Bloodbath is going. And if you start Well Walker, you can play both multi-balls at the same time. Or when you're playing Bloodbath, you can start Prison and bring that in and play Bloodbath and Prison at the same time, adding more balls to the table, more things to shoot, more points to get. If you start Well Walker, you can start Bloodbath. So it doesn't matter what order. You can start Bloodbath first, you can start Bloodbath second. But you can play Bloodbath at the same time as either of the other 2 multi-balls. That's one thing that makes it super valuable, is that it allows that stackability to happen. Now, Prison and Well Walker do not stack. If you start Well Walker multi-ball, you can no longer make progress towards getting Prison started, and you cannot start it. Same the other way. If Prison's going, you're not making progress towards getting Well Walker going. So an important thing to keep in mind. Say, for instance, you have Bloodbath going. Maybe you don't want to just shoot for the targets. You want to shoot for Well Walker or shoot for Prison so that you can get that going and then extend that multi-ball play. One additional thing, something that I was confused about, the Bloodbath targets on the left here. It's so critical to the game. But one thing is, when you have a set of 3 targets over there, and then you have the 3 lights, one of the things that was always in my head early is, well, is the top target associated with food, the middle associated with weapon, and the bottom associated with first aid? The answer to that is simply no. The targets themselves individually don't relate to the 3 lights. The lights themselves are just scrolling through for the entire bank of targets. So if you want it to stop on food, it's not like you need to try to hit the top target. You just need to hit any target when the light is lit on that particular item. Carl. Exactly, Slappy. Bloodbath can be started during the other multi-balls. Exactly. Tommy G is a default high score name, yes.
I got better things to do.
I think that's the default for Terminus Champion. So since I did a code update, I haven't been to Terminus apparently. All right. So we talked about Well Walker, we talked about Prison, we talked about Bloodbath. Those are your 3 main multi-balls.
Let's go take them out.
All right. So now let's get into the modes. The modes are another critical portion of the game. And they're going to bring up the inevitable importance of the 3 bank of drop targets on the left. All right. So you've got 5 modes, 5 main modes in the game. From left to right, they're associated with the shots. And a lot of times when you hear people call out the shots in the game, they call it by the modes. So you have Barn on the left orbit. You got CDC on the left ramp. Riot on the upper loop shot just to the left of the Prison back there. Tunnel is the right orbit through the pops. And Arena is the right ramp that's over here. So those are your 5 modes. Starting the modes is rather straightforward. Each mode has its own rules in terms of how it's played, as well as all 5 modes have their rules in order to achieve a multi-kill weapon from them. So we're going to go through all 5, and we're going to show, at least with one shot, how it's played. Alright, so first you got to ready your modes. How do you do that? Well, all you got to do is complete a set of drop targets. Complete one set, doesn't matter if it's food, weapons, or first aid. We got it stopped over there, we can get, there we go. You're going to hear him say, dead features are lit, and then you know your modes are ready. You can also tell the modes are ready because now the 5 mode lights are all kind of pulsing like that. So You can choose whatever mode you want to start, because the next shot you make once the modes are ready is going to start the mode that's associated with that shot. So let's try going from left to right for the sake of simplicity here. Barn is on the left. It's the left orbit shot. So let's try to start barn by hitting that shot.
Good thing they can't run.
Alright, and take 2. Started barn. So barn is a very straightforward mode. They want you to hit the barn shot. It's the only thing that's flashing. It's the only thing that's going to give you progress. So if you hit the barn shot, you're going to kill a walker. It's going to start at 2.5 million and go up by 750,000 each time. So if we shoot it again, 3.25. And ideally what you're trying to pull off here is getting 3 kills or 3 barn shots will earn you your multi-kill weapon. So that's kind of your objective here. There's the third one. And now the multi-kill weapon is lit. I've got one flashing down here. And what you'll see is one shot will now light up with a yellow light. That's the multi-kill jackpot light. Now you can keep hitting barn to keep getting more and more points, which is not a bad thing to do. And the value keeps going up. 475. And this mode will keep playing until the timer runs out or your ball drains. Timer's out, mode's over, and we drained. Awesome. But we did collect a multi-kill weapon. So that multi-kill weapon would stay active for the rest of that ball while we're alive. We died, so now instead of flashing, that light is now solid. Which is fine. We've collected it, but it's no longer active for us to get points on the board because of it. So now we want to try to light another mode. In order to do that, you go back to the drop targets, and you got to clear out more drop targets.
Look for first aid kits.
So the first mode that you play when you play Walking Dead will be complete one set of drop targets. Every mode you want to play after that will require you to complete 2 drop target sets. Now, one thing to note, like when you do Bloodbath, you have to do 1 of each. If you're just trying to start a mode, it doesn't matter which one it's on. First aid's already lit, that's okay. We can do first aid again, and it counts just the same. Dead features are lit. Okay. So features are lit. You can't play barn again until you've played through all modes. So once you play a mode, it's basically consider it done. So next mode we can try to do is CDC, which is left ramp. So one key point about this, CDC is actually a little complicated. Once you start CDC, 3 shots scoring jackpots will give you your multi-kill weapon. Now, shooting CDC now repeatedly is what you actually want to do in order to build up the overall CDC jackpot. This one plays out with a timer, but it does have the potential to have an end to it. So we want to keep hitting that CDC shot, where right now it's lit with Bicycle Girl. Come on. We'll try to backhand it. One more time will net us a multi-kill weapon, which we just got.
Multi-kill!
So, after you do that, you can see some of the other shots on the board are also lighting up. As soon as we hit a shot that's not CDC, we're basically ready to finish this mode. So now the next time you hit... Well, it ended. Damn. Oh well. I was going to say, so the next time you would hit CDC after you hit a different shot, you will go towards finishing the CDC mode and it'll be over. But we timed out of it and we got our multi-kill weapon, and usually getting the multi-kill weapon is my main focus. So that's okay. So now we want to start another mode. Let's go back to hitting more drop targets. Hope you like hitting drop targets, because that's what part of this game is all about.
Don't want to be you right now.
Alright, so we got one more drop over there to hit. Bounce over, and here we go. Nope. There we go. Dead features are lit. Alright, so let's... So, there, that'll demonstrate. We have features lit. If you drain the ball, you lose your features being lit. But cool note is, even though now it would take 2 shots to relight dead features, if you had them lit, it only takes 1 more set of drop targets in order to relight the modes. We got 1 drop target left over there. Uh-oh. There we go. There it is.
Oh, it's gonna be a
bloodbath. Okay, so now our modes are lit. We got 3 left. Let's try to hit Riot up there at the top. It's one of the tougher shots to make, but okay.
Let's go get some. Come on.
Awesome. So Riot, that was a terrible way to demonstrate it. We'll try to do it again, just so we can do it a little bit better. Hey, Zether, how's it going? Nice. PS4 Twitch app, excellent. Alright, so let's get back in and go towards some more modes here. So once again, in order to start said modes, we've got to hit some drop targets on the left. There we go. We just got to hit 1 more target, and booyah. Let's try Riot again. Oh, there it is. Alright. Don't betray me. Okay, so Riot, straightforward. They want you to hit the Riot shot. This is a good one to have for a multi-ball. So your Riot value is listed there, and it's going to go up with every switch hit. So now it went up a little bit. We want to try to hit the Riot shot again. One nice thing about Riot is, even though you only have to hit the 1 Riot shot, it just takes 2 Riot shots in order to collect the multi-kill weapon. So only 2 shots to get your weapon, unlike Barn and CDC, which are each 3. But it's not an easy shot to hit, so it's not surprising that it's only 2. And I mentioned before that this is a good one for a multi-ball. 1, because, well, you'll get to make more shots at trying to hit the Riot shot, but 2, as the balls are flying around and hitting switches like pops, the value of the Riot shot goes up tremendously faster. So Riot is a great one to have for a multi-ball. Alright, so we didn't do any better on Riot, but we started it again. So we want to do modes. Let's hit more drop targets. Let that go, we'll get a ball save, we'll be back here. Hey Wild Stallions, how you going, man? How you going? How are you doing? Alright, 1 target left. There we go. 1 more set to light modes. And down we go. We got 1 more ball. Let's try to do this. Well, left targets and bouncing to the right drain is... The thing about the left targets is it is a dangerous shot. It's not very controlled because you're throwing the ball back out there. So it's always a risk to be shooting at them. This game is known for being dangerous. A lot of times, just when it's in the slings, it'll fly back and forth. and catch some drop targets. But I would say not necessarily a lot of times if I'm making drop target shots, am I getting punished immediately after. Because it'll bounce up there like that, and usually you get it controlled. Alright, so we did Barn, CDC, and Riot. Let's try for Tunnel now. We need the ball on the other flipper. And what makes this tricky is you actually have to make the shot all the way around. You can't just have this orbit shot and have it count. There we go.
Sounds like there's a bunch of corpses in that tunnel.
So Tunnel's a pretty easy one to complete as well. Damn it. It only takes 2 shots. Quickly, all 5 shots light up. Make 2 of the 5 shots in order to collect your multi-kill weapon. If you hit Tunnel, though, it will end the mode. So you want to go through anything but hitting the Tunnel shot. But if you hit Tunnel, the mode will complete. So if you start Tunnel and then hit Tunnel, I believe you complete the mode with 1 shot, but don't collect a multi-kill weapon, which is annoying. Alright, 1 mode left. We've got Arena to go through here. That was unfortunate. So one nice thing about Tunnel is you do get 5 million per shot that you make, which is a good number of points. And with the way that the multipliers in this game work, which we still need to get to, you can turn that 5 million into a lot more points pretty easily. Alright, so drop targets complete. Last one is Arena. Right ramp. So Arena is 3 shots in order to get your multi-kill weapon. And all they want you to do is hit the Arena shot. So we hit the Arena shot there. There's 1. Now one thing you'll notice is after I hit the Arena shot, the Woodbury shot actually is flashing. So much like Tunnel and CDC, this mode you can complete as well. So if you combo Arena to Woodbury, you actually will complete the mode and have it end. But you do need 3 scoring shots to get your multi-kill weapon. That's 3. And we'll do it again. Woodbury. Trying to hit that Woodbury shot to get out. And there we go. Thank you, Walker Magnet. And we're dead. Oh, so there you go. There's all 5 modes. Alright, we'll let this one go. Alright, so we talked about just letting the ball save drain out here.
Combo.
So we talked about the 3 multi-balls, Well Walker, Prison, and Bloodbath. We talked about how to start modes, which is going to be hitting a lot of drop targets, as well as how to play all 5 modes, Barn, CDC, Riot, Tunnel, Arena, and how to get your multi-kill weapons in each of them.
Oh, this one is just immense.
Alright, so let's get into another system of the game, which is going to be the Walker kills. So Walker kills is another thing that's going to be going on throughout the game, which
There's still a lot
isn't
of
as
walkers
critical
left. Play again.
as the other things. It doesn't award you a multi-kill weapon, but it does play a large role in scoring big points in this game. Alright, so your Walker kills are represented by this number count right in front of you. That's why you've got all these numbers here. With the last man standing wizard mode slap dab in the middle. So you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. And it's not that you need to get to 40 kills, it continues to light the things that add up. So in total, what you've got here is not 40, but what you've got is 70, 100, 115. So there's 115 Walker kills that can be lit up here. If you want to get to the last man standing wizard mode, you gotta light 115 walker kills. Well, how do you get walker kills? Great that you asked. There's 6 shots around the table, lit at the start of any ball, where there's this flashing little crosshair icon. The 5 main shots that are all the mode shots, Barn, CDC, Riot, Tunnel, and Arena all have them, but then also the Well Walker has one as well. So every time you make one of these shots, you collect a walker kill. Hit him.
Oh, that sounded like squashing a melon.
Collect a walker kill. Notice now there's a 1 down here. And now the Well Walker crosshair is no longer lit. Make another shot. I've got 2. That one's no longer lit either. Shoot CDC, we're up to 3. Now, one thing to note is, as you keep shooting them, they unlight. But, at any given time on the table, you will have at least 4 of the shots lit. So as I made my 3rd shot, the Well Walker actually lit back up. That way you can keep progressing to get more and more walker kills. So why do you care about walker kills? Great question. Well, walker kills will be the means of getting an extra ball. So there's an extra ball count associated with lighting so many walker kills. There's also a mode that's associated with walker kills, which is the Bicycle Girl mode. You've heard me mention that a few times. So once you get a certain number of walker kills, which is, I believe, 5, you will light Bicycle Girl. Now, Bicycle Girl is also lit with the latest code update at the start of your game. So that aside, you can relight it at 5 walker kills. So let's try to relight it here and then show that off. All we got to do is actually make any shot. There we go. Oh, and it did not light. So I was wrong on the 5 for Bicycle Girl relighting. Maybe it's 10. I'm not sure. But somewhere there's a number. So we keep making... Oh, there we go. Bicycle Girl lit at 8. Okay, so now she's lit. You can tell it's active because there's a light flashing at the top of the ramp. And this is going to vary between a Pro versus the Premium LE. The Pro does not have this ramp that moves up to show the Bicycle Girl face as a bash toy. The ramp just continues to be a ramp which feeds back to your right flipper. So make the right ramp to start the mode. And then you got to hit her a certain number of times to keep collecting these little hurry-ups. So shoot left ramp. If you shoot her a total of 3 times, which one of those must have counted as 2, you collect a multi-kill weapon, which we just got a multi-kill weapon. Hit her the 4th time to finish the mode and have it go away. The thing about Bicycle Girl is it's a very easy way to collect a multi-kill weapon. Now, you've heard me mention multi-kill weapon a bunch of times. I haven't really explained what it really is. Now might be a good time, since we're talking about walker kills. So, notice, multi-kill weapon is this represented on the table by the flashing yellow light. There's a flashing yellow light at each of the 5 main shots. Right now it's on Arena. Notice there's also a walker kill there. Right now we're at 8 walker kills. If I make this shot, If I make this shot, you will see that I go up to 10. It also gives me a jackpot there of about 300,000. We'll just beast through this. And now it moves to a different shot. Now it's on tunnel. So anytime you have an active multi-kill weapon, you will maintain one lit multi-kill jackpot on the table, which is the yellow shot. So not only do you get an additional walker kill with that shot, so now you get 2 walker kills on that single shot, you get a little jackpot. And what's cool is that jackpot will grow as you play through your modes. So based on your modes, I believe it's like 5% of the total value you've collected from all your cumulative modes in the game will represent what the value of that jackpot is. So play good in modes, multi-kill jackpot becomes worth more. And it doesn't go away either. It'll just keep staying there till the end of the ball. So now it will go away. But it's nice because as long as the ball's still active, you have this extra walker kill collection and extra jackpot collection going on throughout your entire game, or your entire ball.
The city is full of walkers.
Thank you, Namus. Thank you. Was that a the Room reference there? Okay. So walker kills. Not quite done talking about them just yet. So let's pick up some more walker kills here.
Ooh, that sounded like someone in the middle.
Once I pick up 2 walker kills, you're going to notice something.
Come on, we can pick up
X
these walkers.
multiplier is now lit on my in lanes. This is kind of an important thing, because this is another factor of the game that allows you to get huge points. So what you'll see is, once you've made 2 walker kills, you've got this little X multiplier lit on your in lane. You have free ability to move that back and forth between the 2 by flipping either flipper. So what that means is you have control over when you want to use it. So whenever the ball rolls over that multiplier, like right now, the next shot I make will be worth twice as much. And I hit Bicycle Girl with it, so it was worth twice as much. And that's just that one shot. It's a one-time, one-shot deal. And here I am cranking away at Bicycle Girl for a quick multi-kill weapon.
Dead as a doornail.
And I've collected some more walker kills, so now my X multiplier is lit back up. If I don't want to use the X multiplier, the ball's going through the in lane, just hit the flipper and move it out of the way. Then again, if your ball drains, your X multiplier goes away. Hey, Sastron, how you doing? Skip Natty, Sastron, welcome back. Hey, Pinball Dad. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I try to treat it that way, in a way that makes sense, that it follows the explanation. So I'm not quite done with these walker kills yet in this X multiplier. So here we go. Our X multiplier is now built up. It's worth 2 times. Still worth 2 times. Get that back in here. Okay. So now, we still got more walker kills out there. We've hit 1. Let's hit 1 more. Hit barn.
Bicycle Girl is lit.
So every 2 additional walker kills you hit after you've got your X multiplier lit will increase. You'll see it on the DMD display here as it goes to info. Ball 2, and then walker kills 10, extra ball 13. Return lanes lit, next shot 3x. So now, if I have my X multiplier and I use it, it'll multiply the next shot by 3. You can keep building this up. If I make 2 more shots before I use this thing, or I don't, every 2 walker kills you get as you have the X multiplier lit, it increases that multiplier. So that multiplier can get huge. I mean, you can get it up. I mean, it becomes this whole greed thing and play control thing.
Come on, we can pick off these walkers.
So I don't have it lit yet. Let's see if we can build this up a little bit here.
Dead features are lit.
There we go. X is lit for 2x. We got tunnel mode going. And we're dead. That's okay. But say, for instance, you just keep making more and more walker kills. You keep avoiding using that X. And then you get a mode going. A barn mode, a tunnel mode. A barn is a good one because if you have the ball in the right flipper, you shoot your CDC ramp, returns you nicely to your in lane. You roll over the X shot, you shoot at the barn, you make the shot. I think we had one earlier. I used the multiplier, made the barn shot. It was worth 51 million for that single shot. It can get pretty intense. And there's actually a high score thing just for the X multiplier usage. We'll scroll through. Let's see what my top one is. X Champ, 82 million point shot, 5X multiplier, scored a combo of 5.3 million. A barn walker kill for 62.5. Prison yard walker kill for 6.5. Pop bumper, and then another walker kill on top of it. All added up to 81 million. So that X multiplier can get awesomely big and get you some big points. So that's like an important thing to keep in mind when you're playing. That sometimes when you have this built up, or say you're playing a mode, you want to try to use it effectively. You don't want to just roll over it, go hit the drop targets, and then multiply 1,000 to 2,000. You want to use it when you can make the most out of it. Yeah, the old pump bopper. All right, let's get back in here. So we've talked about the multi-balls, well walker, prison, bloodbath. We talked about all the modes, barn CDC, riot, tunnel, arena. We talked about walker kills, giving you extra balls. Actually, one thing we didn't demonstrate is once you collect enough walker kills to light the extra ball is collected by hitting the Woodbury scoop or Woodbury shot over here on the right, which feeds you back to your shooter lane. So, and there's an extra ball light there. It'll be flashing it on once you get it. We talked about the X multiplier on your in lane from getting your walker kills. And we also talked about bicycle go mode, which you can see, as I mentioned before, is lit. So now let's talk about a couple extra things. These are all the little additions in the game that have value, but not maybe a ton. One of them or two of them will have a good amount, but we'll see here. So first things first, let's talk about the skill shot. We haven't even talked about the skill shot. And it's a dynamic two-part skill shot at that. Pretty straightforward. So one thing about the skill shot is if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a little confusing. So like I said, it's two-part. First part is a whole timing aspect. You can see the two rollovers that are orange circles there, kind of lighting and then unlighting. And you can see it scrolling from the bottom to the top. So what that wants you to do is when you launch the ball, they want the ball to roll over those while they're lit. If you have two of them lit, you'll maximize the number of points you can get from your skill shot. One lit, you'll get less. None lit, you can still collect the skill shot. It won't be worth as much. All right. That being said, you want to time when you launch the ball so it rolls over. After that, it's going to go to the back top in lanes where you have full control over the one lit light that's flashing. And you just want the ball to go down the light or the lane that you have lit. So leave it on one. If it goes down it, great. If it going towards the other one, just hit a flipper and move it to the other one and you're good to go. Personally, I like to leave it on the right top lane because sometimes when you launch the ball, it will just immediately go down that one and you wouldn't have time to react. If it does, you collect it. If it's bouncing around, you have control to move it back to the other one just in case. So let's time this up. There we go. And boom, blows his head off. Get a quick 500,000 to start the game. So there you go. That part's neat. Okay, now let's talk about, Slappy asked this earlier. I gave a quick answer, but we'll do the demonstration now. There's also a playfield multiplier, a 2x playfield multiplier. So not only is there an in-lane shot multiplier, there's an overall playfield multiplier, represented by the flashing light with the sword right in the middle. So how do you collect that, or how do you get that lit and flashing and active? Well, it's going to tie to what's called the tower shot. So there's a tower light in the far back right corner, an arrow, right above those two top lanes back there. In order to light that, there's 2 prison stand-up flashing targets right in front of the doors. Notice they're flashing. If I hit them, they turn solid. If I hit them both,
The only way through is that door.
now I've lit the tower light in the back. So once the tower lights in the back is lit, you can activate it by hitting the target up there. Only way to do that is to actually hit the riot shot. And you got to hit it hard enough so that the ball travels over to hit the target. If it just dribbles through, it's not going to work. So let's try to hit that riot shot. Like I said, just dribbled up there. That did not work. If it's bouncing around up there, that also does not work.
That one is really corpsey.
There we go. That worked. 1 tower hit. I think it says 30 seconds of 2x playfield. So now that's lit there. Now you can get twice as many points for everything you want to do. Something that's really cool about that stacks with your playfield or your in-lane multiplier. So say you're playing a mode like Barn, you get the 2x playfield going, so now all your stuff is doubled. Then you hit your in-lane multiplier and then hit your shot. Now you're getting tons of points. So something really cool to do.
Player 1.
X multiplier has been in other games. Avatar used the little X arrows on the different shots. I think Batman has them too. Has little X's for the different shots. They usually represent in other games a shot multiplier, where a specific shot gets multiplied. This game is using the X multiplier on the in lane so that whatever shot you make will be multiplied, or whatever thing you hit will be multiplied. That is different. These are different than the playfield multiplier. So 2 different things, but they stack on top of each other. So 2x playfield with a 5x here, that means whatever you hit would be worth 10 times its value. So it's important to keep in mind. So 2 different things. So that's how you do the playfield multiplier. Once again, that's the tower shot in the back. You got to hit the 2 little stand-ups in front of the prison that are currently flashing. Then hit the riot shot so it hits the tower target. Boom, you're good to go. And now, once again, that ties into the riot mode itself. If you're shooting the riot shot to start riot mode and you keep hitting it, good chance that you might have your playfield 2x multiplier going, which means a lot of times your riot shots will be worth even more, making riot more and more valuable. That's its own strategy thing. Hey, Comedian78. So yeah, this game came out before Negan was introduced into the show. That being said, there are sound modifications people have made to the game to put a lot of Negan lines into the game, but I don't have that sound mod currently loaded on my machine. Right now I'm not running Cleveland code, I'm just doing regular code. So, Pinball Dad, great question. In order to get a solid 2x permanent multiplier, you got to play a different game, because this game does not have a permanent 2x multiplier. Like Batman or Avatar, those single shot multipliers, that's that game specific. Or like Transformers, I think, has that too. This game is only temporary time-based multipliers. So right now I'm not running Cleveland code, I'm just running basic code. I've gone through running a lot of different codes, sound mod codes that is. For those that don't know, Cleveland is one of the people from Pinside who put together a ton of sound bites from the show to integrate it into the game, because if you're listening to all the statements being made, obviously none of it comes from the show. So people from the community have been nice enough to implement that into the game, and all you got to do is load the code up and download it and load it in. It's just a USB stick thing, very easy to do. Just takes a little bit of time. It's like 40 minutes or so to update the code. So normally why I wouldn't do it during the stream or anything like that. Alright, so let's get back to more rules here. We've talked about the skill shot. We talked about your playfield multiplier. Let's talk about the other skill shot in the game, which you've seen me do quite a few times, is the Woodbury skill shot. So Woodbury is the shot over here. On the Premium LE, there's a drop target in the way and a spinner. The Pro version doesn't have those, but I would assume that it works in a similar way, that you just got to shoot the shot. So in order to do the skill shot, you have to hit the drop target to knock it down. Alright, and now I got to hit it a total of 2 times. There we go. Once it's down, you're available to make that shot again and do the skill shot. Like so. You go into this little mode here where you can take a breather, stop for a second.
Figure this out.
So this part is weird and interesting in itself. Now, this becomes valuable because if you do this a couple times successfully, you can get a multi-kill weapon. So the way this works is you've got the 4 lights back there, similar to your skill shot, but you have to pick one of the 4. Now, if you pick 1 or 2, the idea is you're going to launch the ball so that it only goes up as high as that 1 and then comes back down. That would be success. If you pick 2, it's got to go that high without going into the back area to get it. That would be success. That's way more difficult to me than picking one of these 2 back here. If you pick one of these 2 here, you have less control over it because you just fling the ball into the back, but it's more or less a 50-50 shot, which I'll take those odds over the skill of me hitting one of those 2 on like a short plunge. Just me. So now once you commit to one of these back here, normally I pick 4, but today it's been going in this one quite a bit. Notice you've got these prizes on the left. If you keep flipping to the right, notice these prizes scroll. So you can literally pick whichever one you want. So why someone would take 100,000 points over scrolling to make it 1,000,000 points, I don't understand. So set it to whatever one you want to do. Let's try 4. The key is after you launch the ball, you cannot move the light. So that's why it's kind of like a guess. Under most skill shots, you get to move the light around and choose. Here you don't. So let's launch the ball. And we got it. So we got 1,000,000 points.
Yeah! Got one.
Which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot. But if you go back there and you keep doing that, each time you go back, the prizes become more and more valuable. So let's see if we can do that again. Normally not the type of thing I go for, but when you're in it, it's good to understand what it is you're trying to do. One more shot on it, we'll open it up. Oh, and we drop it. I'd say 20 to 40 minutes. It depends. The thing is, what makes it slow is just it runs through, like, if you want to check it, it does an extra check, which takes a bunch of time. So, it varies. Modern spike systems are way faster, like 5 minutes. That is true. But I will say doing the USB is much better than having to get an extra actual ROM piece and plugging that in. Alright, so we've got it open up there. Oh, didn't quite make it in there.
Come on, we can pick off these walkers.
There we go. And we're in. So now our prizes are a little bit better. We got 2 million. We got Light X, which is to increase your X multiplier. That's not a bad one. But your prizes start to get better the more you do it. Hey, look at that. We got it. Awesome. And there you go. If you get to it a 3rd time, one of the prizes, if you've completed it twice, let me say it this way, you have to actually successfully make the shot twice. After you do that, if you get back there again, one of the choices will be to get a multi-kill weapon, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we talked about multi-balls, modes, walker kills, X multiplier, playfield multiplier, skill shot. Let's see here. Super skill shot. Bicycle girl. Oh, we didn't talk about the crossbow at all. All right, let's talk about the right ramp. Right ramp actually has some important stuff on it. And then we'll talk about a premium LE feature, which is quite critical, the walker bombs. That'll be next. Okay, so right ramp. When you start the game, the right ramp is going to be lit with two things, crossbow and fish tank. The crossbow is the yellow light, the fish tank is the right light. The fish tank is always lit. I don't know why it even needs to be a light, but that's fine. So each time you make this ramp, you'll collect whatever's lit. So if I make it now, it will award me a fish tank head and then start a crossbow shot. On the premium LE, you actually have the physical crossbow where you have to hit the button to make one of the 5 shots, which we failed, but we get maybe a... There we go. Cheated it. But that's okay. So now notice that the right ramp, not light ramp, or bleh, right ramp now has only the red light lit. The crossbow light is now out because we used that crossbow shot already to make a shot. Let me get the ball back under control here. Okay, so say for instance we wanted to do another crossbow shot. We would need to get another crossbow ammo. In order to do that, let me just get her out of the way here. Oh, I got hosed. Trapped it with the ramp. Don't you do me like that. Oh, I'm getting hosed by this ramp. Alright, thank you, game. Hey, I did it unintentionally. Okay, now we'll get the ball back and we can start from scratch here. So in order to relight our crossbow, what you need to do is to complete a set of drop targets. Imagine that. And this is for both Pro or Premium LE. Get the ball down here. Come on, ball. There we go. Cool. Okay, so let's go back to our drop targets over here. Once again, the lights are scrolling through first aid, weapons, food. Now, every time you complete a set of drop targets on weapons, you will equip yourself with the ability to use the crossbow on the right ramp. So if we wait for it, first aid, release, and hit it, and go on weapons, complete the set,
Dead features are lit.
and crossbow is also, dead features are lit for your modes, crossbow is now lit on the right ramp, so now I can shoot the crossbow again. So I made CDC already, so I've only got 4 left. Let's go for arena. Completely missed it. We hit barn instead. And now notice our crossbow is now out again. We want to stop it on weapons to reload it. If I can get control of the ball, that would be great. There we go. Last drop target. Almost. Almost. Oh, thank you. Drop targets all came back up because I took so long to hit anything. Isn't that awesome? Alright, so let's hit the drop targets all over again. Hey, there we go.
I bought you some more time.
Oh wait, we didn't stop it on weapons. I forgot about that. Yes, we want to stop it on weapons. That's kind of critical. We did that. Now we can complete our drop target set. There we go. We got all this other stuff going on, which is all fine and good. There we go. But we are ready for crossbow, and that's all I'm doing at the moment. Hey, extra balls left. Okay, I'm going to pass it over to our right flipper. A little post pass. Fling it way out of control. There we go. Okay, arena. Let's hit the right ramp. After all that, we did not. Go! Yeah! Halvesy ramp, and we're dead. Well, there you go. And we get another shot at it. Anything special when you have all weapons lit? Yes. If you're talking about the weapons here, yes. I'll get to that in a minute. Pro version of the game is missing. It's missing quite a bit. It's one of the more drastic Pro to Premium LEs, and you'll see when we talk about the Walker bombs specifically. I have to adjust the crossbow at all. Hitting bar shots seemed pretty tough based on the few times I played it. So when you do the crossbow, you get one rotate back and forth to be able to fire the ball out. If you wait, it won't keep going back and forth. It's only one each way. If you're going to shoot at barn, my recommendation is you wait for it on the return stroke to shoot at the barn. I tend to find arena and CDC to be the easiest. Barn for me is probably the third easiest. Riot and tunnel seem like it's a long shot. It like needs to accidentally bounce off something else and make it. But if you make 3 crossbow shots that are unique, you will get a crossbow multi-ball, and I believe you also get a multi-kill weapon. Alright, so we've got one ball here. We've made 2 crossbow shots. Let's see if we can get lucky and make a third one happen. That'd be cool. Alright, there we go. Now let's go for barn. So it's going to go back and forth. Actually, we got barn. We got to get arena. And totally biffed it. Oh, almost got tunnel. Alright, so now we got to stop it on weapons. So let's get another crossbow bullet. Alright, wait for it. First aid, release, and flip. And we've stopped it on weapons. Okay, one drop target to go. Oh, you freaking jerk. How many times am I getting screwed by that? Alright, we're going to start bloodbath here. That's okay. We can still get our crossbow items lit during bloodbath. Wait for it. First aid. Stopped it on weapons. There we go. Okay, and that gave us our add-a-ball.
Throw away that perk. Get back in there, boy.
Trying to hit more drop targets here. There we go. Another add-a-ball.
Super jackpot.
And we got a super jackpot. Oh, well, we stopped on the first day, that's fine. And now we've started Well Walker-ish. So now we've got a bunch of stuff going on all at once here. Alright, I guess we'll get back to our regularly scheduled tutorial as soon as this multi-ball action is over. Alright, so apparently we've completed CDC. We're picking up multi-kill weapons left and right. There we go, split them up. We got it stopped on weapons over there. Oh, we got another add a ball at the last second. That's one nice thing about the drop targets with Bloodbath is that add a ball can really keep things going for a while. Hold that. Let's see if we can hit that target. We did. Okay, now we're finally out. Oh, we got barn going. Hey, one more barn shot and we'll get a multi-kill weapon.
Got more time now, don't waste it.
Something I also didn't mention is when you're playing modes, if you complete sets of drop targets while the modes are active, you add more time onto your mode to extend it. We'll use a walker kill to start a multi-ball. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But I do want to try to get the last barn kill here. There we go. So there's our last multi-kill weapon. You can now see I've got all 6 are lit here. Still making barn shots, another 8 million. This would be a good time to use like an X multiplier. Alright, now we can get back to single ball play. Still got barn going. Oh, and out we go. Well, we got that extra ball.
You got big.
Opto getting blocked by the prison doors, yes. How many horde bombs you have whenever I get there, I've lost track. Yes, the game will be able to show you the number of bombs. In the latest update, if you go to your info, it will be in here. So Well Walker bombs 2, horde bombs 0, prison bombs 2. So you can actually see that now. Alright, so there was a previous
Player 1.
Question from Kmart Security. Anything special when you have all weapons lit? Great question. We did that. So they're not active anymore because the ball drained, which is why they're not flashing, but they're lit solid, which means we got them. So if you collect all 6 weapons, you will allow yourself the ability to start Horde mode, which is one of the mini wizard modes. In order to start Horde mode, you just need to shoot the Woodbury shot. So as soon as I launch the ball, get into normal play, you'll see the flasher over by Woodbury going nuts. There's nothing specific on the table that tells you where to shoot it other than this going nuts flashing. So if you shoot that shot, you will start horde mode. So let's try to demonstrate that, since we may as well take advantage of that while we've got it. Don't biff it. Okay, settle down. Make the shot.
Oh man, this one is just a mess.
Or not. Oh. Well, that was a failure. So that was... Unfortunately, I wasn't trying to demonstrate it that way, but that is an instance where a lot of the aspects and features of the game kind of meld together in a really great way. So I ended up starting Bloodbath and hitting a couple of those, trying to get weapons. But in essence, I ended up starting CDC mode, because of the fact that I'm hitting the drops, which readies your modes. I ended up starting Well Walker while I was in Bloodbath. And then so I had 2 multi-balls and a mode going. Finished CDC while I was going. Started another mode because I hit more drop targets and started Barn. And then continued to hit more drop targets. Got jackpots from drop targets, got jackpots from Well Walker, jackpots from the modes I was playing. Bloodbath's ability to give you a add-a-ball brought me back to life a couple times there by completing sets of drop targets. So a good example of how you can use Bloodbath stacked with another multi-ball, stacked with a mode, to just have things start kind of blowing up on their own. And it's moments like that that really kind of start to make the game shine. If we would have, for say, got some really huge barn hits in there with X multipliers, that would have been sweet. We picked up a lot of multi-kill weapons really fast, which was going to allow us to get to Horde, but we didn't, but that's okay. So an additional quick note, we went into that game talking about crossbow. We didn't actually finish that third crossbow shot because Horde was lit and we got distracted. That's okay. But third crossbow shot would have got us to a crossbow multi-ball. In addition, the whole fish tank thing. So in the back corner, there's 3 fish tank heads, or heads in a fish tank. Every time you collect a full set of 3, you collect a fish tank. The game starts you with 2 lit, so the first time you hit the ramp, you get a head, finishes a set, you got a set of 3. Great. If you can complete 3 full fish tanks, you get a multi-kill weapon. So yet another way to get a multi-kill weapon. So hitting the right ramp over and over will inevitably eventually award you a multi-kill weapon. So just a quick re-breakdown of these whole multi-kill weapons, right? Each of the modes, of the 5 modes, Barn, CDC, Riot, Tunnel, Arena, each of those can get you a multi-kill weapon. You can get one from the Well Walker, that's 6, from the Well Walker multi-ball. One from Prison multi-ball, that's 7. One from Bloodbath multi-ball, that's 8. One from Bicycle Girl, that's 9. One from the Crossbow, 10. One from Fish Tank, 11. If you hit enough drop target sets, period, regardless of Bloodbath or whatever, you can get one from that. That's 12. So I think, I'm not sure if, oh wait, you can get one from the Skill Shot from Woodbury, the Super Skill Shot. That's 13. So that's 13 different ways to get the 6 multi-kill weapons to get to Horde. So a lot of ways to go about that. And it's just nice to know that whenever you're doing something, a multi-ball, a mode, you have this kind of point that's set out there that, hey, it's not just about starting a mode or starting a multi-ball. You have this small step where it's like, let me try to complete this objective. It gives you the feeling of accomplishment. It gives you something to play for. It gives you something to shoot for. So if I had Barn going, you know, if I get those 2 shots on, or 3 shots on Barn to get my multi-kill weapon, that's going to help drive me to want to do that. And once I get it, I can kind of maybe ease back. There's still some good points to be had, but it gives you that, man, I really want to get to 3, and that's your kind of like focus. So it's a nice way to kind of keep you involved in how to keep progressing in the game. So it's one thing I really like about how they use the multi-kill weapons for that point. So you've got all these little bits of the game spread around. What it really comes down to is how do you use all these rules that they have and all these things for you to do in order to, 1, have it work out in your favor so you can make good progress, but 2, have a good time. A lot of times a good question that gets asked is, how would you play this in a tournament game? Or how would you play it, and that's like a 2-part question, is how do you play it for a high score, or how do you play it if you want to just get a consistent, reliable, higher score? So the best way to get a high score in this game really is to do what you saw there just a second ago. Work Bloodbath multi-ball with another multi-ball and a mode all together as one complete unit. The best way to do that is literally just focus on Bloodbath. If you focus on Bloodbath, you'll get there, and once you start Bloodbath, then focus on one of the other multi-ball modes. Well Walker tends to be an easy one because you can just beat on him until you get it started. From there, since you hit the Bloodbath targets so much, your modes will be ready and you can start them. So let's do one quick game like that with that focus in mind. Actually, yeah, we'll do that real quick. And then we'll talk about Walker bombs, because I haven't talked about those yet. And it's such a awesome part of the game if you have a premium or LE version of the game. And I'd hate for us to not discuss that. It was one of the driving factors that made me decide to get a premium instead of a pro. Alright, so we're trying to do our targets there. We've got 2 of the 3 done already. We got weapons and first aid complete. I got Barn going, so let's try to make a couple shots on Barn real quick. Once again, in my head, I'm thinking, I just need to get 3. There's 2. Oh, we got our X multiplier, and we biffed it by hitting drops instead. So, but we got our 3rd one. But that's okay. We got our multi-kill weapon. We didn't get to actively collect anything extra out of it, but we did get it. We've made good progress on our Bloodbath. Let that go since we got a ball save. We need to stop it on food, so the key point here is to get control of it on the right flipper. Alright, so we're going to wait for it, get to weapons, release, and flip. And now we just got one more drop target to pick up to complete the set. Start the prep for that. There we go, completed the set. Bloodbath is ready. So once we complete the next set, not only will Bloodbath start, but our modes will be lit. Well Walker will be very close. One of the best modes to do in this instance is Riot, because once again, Riot's value goes up from switch hits, so a long multi-ball can make Riot very valuable. One thing I might not have mentioned is Bloodbath's value actually goes up because of switch hits as well. That being said, with Well Walker using switch hits for progress, Bloodbath and Riot both having jackpots go up because of switch hits, and the extended multi-ball of that can really make for a sweet combination. Alright, so now would be a good time for us to hit the Riot shot, so we make sure we start that mode.
Don't be such a wimp.
There we go. Alright, so now our focus is going to be hit some drop targets. Or just drain both of them immediately and lose all attempt at making that awesome. And now we're back to meh. So there was an attempt, but that's okay. Didn't quite work out, but that's the concept that you want to pull off. You could try going back for it some more, but at this point, getting to Bloodbath would be so many sets of drop targets that you could slowly go there, but don't expect that it's going to really pan out. Alright, so let's talk about Walker bombs here. We'll kill that off. We'll get to the next game. Alright, so Walker bombs. This is a premium LE feature only, not on the Pro. And it's going to tie to your lockdown bar button right
Come on,
here.
now there are more walkers to kill in here.
So there's 3 types of Walker bombs. There's Walker bombs for Well Walker, there's Walker bombs for Prison, and then there's Walker bombs for Horde. Horde Walker bombs are only collected and used when you're actually playing Horde mode. So don't worry about them unless you get to Horde mode. Alright, so once again this is going to go back to our drop targets.
Come back for some more, dude.
So a lot of games have a feature that's like Walker bombs. So this might seem somewhat familiar, but we'll go through this bit by bit here. So when we talked a long time ago about the 2 different multi-balls, I mentioned that both Well Walker and Prison have this preparation phase and then the actual multi-ball. So right now, I'm in neither of those. In order to do the preparation phase for Well Walker, we need to hit him a bunch of times. So let's do that real quick, because we got to be in that phase. One more, we'll start it, and we'll do that on the next ball. Launch here, and off we go. So one more hit on Well Walker will be to the preparation phase about pulling him out of the well. Thank you for that. Alright, boom. Beautiful. So once you're in the preparation phase, this will now work. Alright, so focus back over here on the drop targets. Scrolling through First Aid Weapons Food, First Aid Weapons Food. So in order to get a Well Walker bomb, you need to complete a set of drop targets when it's on food. So food is for Well Walker. Keep that in mind. Now, you'll only collect it if one of 2 things. 1, you're in the preparation phase for the multi-ball, or 2, you're actually in the multi-ball itself. So let's stop it when it's on food. There we go. And now we drain, so we'll do it on the next ball. Yes, Namus, you would pull the walker out of the well because you're trying to get the water out of the well. But the part that really doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'd have to rewatch it to see if they explained it in any way that would make sense, is why you wouldn't think that the water in the well was not so contaminated because it had a walker inside of it. Blows my mind. That part aside. It was an early season when they were at a farm. Alright, so once again, we're in the preparation phase for Well Walker, so we want to stop it when it's on food. So, weapons, and we missed. Alright, wait for it to get to the one before it. There we go, we release and hit, and we missed again. And we made that shot instead. Oh, the water would be contaminated, yes. Okay, back on track here. Whoop, there we go. One drop target left, there it is.
Dead features are lit.
Okay, so not sure how well you guys can see it, but I do now have a walker bomb. This light here is lit green to let me know I got a Well Walker bomb. What does that mean? What does that do? Well, I can now freely hit this button, and I will get free progress towards Well Walker. And right now, you can see on the screen it shows 4 hits left to start the multi-ball.
Don't be such a weird.
Now 3 hits left. Now 2 hits left. Now 1 hits left. I'm right where I want to be. Uh-oh, we're draining. We can hit this button, get free progress, start the multi-ball, and now we are back alive when we otherwise would have been dead. That is one of the greatest features of using the Walker Bomb. That free progress towards that multi-ball, in this instance the one for Well Walker, was used to bring me back to life more or less. So here I am now playing this multi-ball rather than being dead. Multi-ball's over, but we're alive, and that's what's really important. Okay, so that's a Well Walker Walker Bomb. What about prison? So once again, we got to get to the preparation phase.
We're almost there. We gotta decide what we need.
So we got to hit the prison twice to get to that clear the prison yard phase. There we go. Now we can collect prison Walker Bombs. So in order to collect a prison Walker Bomb, we got to complete a set of drop targets when it's on first aid. So first aid is for prison, food is for Well Walker, and weapons is for collecting crossbows. But right now, it's stuck on weapons, so we got to clear out those drop targets so we can get that thing moving again. There we go. And it hit one while it was on first aid. How convenient. One more drop target to go. And now we got a first aid Walker Bomb, which we can use since we're about to die and gives us free progress towards prison multi-ball. So not only can you use it to help you start a multi-ball, but if you're in a multi-ball, you can use it to give you progress in the multi-ball. So say you're playing Well Walker, and you're getting a bunch of switch hits, and your letter's ready to collect, but your ball is stuck up there. Well, you can use a Walker Bomb to collect that letter jackpot in Well Walker multi-ball, and boom, there you go. Say you're playing prison, and you're having trouble hitting the shot right up the middle, but you got some Walker Bombs. Go ahead and slap that button and you can get a free jackpot out of it. So it can be not only useful for starting a multi-ball to get you maybe resurrected and back to life like we showed there, but it can also give you progress and free jackpots in the multi-balls themselves. So something to consider. Most of the time I try to use them to put me in a state where, say I've got a Walker Bomb and I've got 1 hit left, I can freely make more difficult shots, do other things that may normally cause me to drain until the point where I either A, start the multi-ball accidentally, or B, I'm draining and I'm about to die and I can bring myself back to life. So it gives you this really nice sense of security. In addition, you can stack and collect as many Walker Bombs as you need to. You only light one color light, but you can have multiple Well Walker Bombs, multiple prison Walker Bombs. Keep stacking them in there as long as you complete the sets of drops while it's on that light, while it's either in multi-ball or in the preparation phase, you'll keep collecting. I suppose, I mean, even if they got the Walker out, like, and you were to boil that water, I don't know. I think I would rather wait for it to rain, or who knows. Needless to say, that's its own logic. So, now we've talked about just about everything on this game. There's still other little things out there, like, you know, your end of ball multipliers, your top lanes up there. There's a whole like pop bumper collect thing where once you hit enough pops, if you keep making the barn spinner shot, you'll keep building up a value, and then when you hit the right right orbit through the pops, you'll collect that value. Things like that. There's other little like point collection things. Also, every time you get your end of ball multipliers through those top lanes, it increases the value of your out lane bit drain, which you don't ever want to try to collect it. But hey, if you're in a multi-ball and one drains down there and collects it, that's free points. Not bad. So yeah, that being said, there's so many different ways to kind of approach how to get points from either modes or multi-balls. Once again, the best way to get maximum points is to really work the three together. Consistent points comes down to personal preference. I like to play with the idea of not necessarily points, but I like to play with the idea of objective-based, trying to get to horde, trying to collect those multi-kill weapons. The multi-kill weapons really give me the sense of completion or goal that will drive me through playing the game. So I want to start modes. I want to, when I play a multi-ball, I want to do well in the multi-ball to get to the multi-kill weapon collection. I want to get my 3 shots on barn or my 3 shots on arena. It drives me to do that stuff. And then getting to horde. Horde is a great mini wizard mode, which we did demonstrate earlier. It does have a ending to it that was added in the latest code update to allow you to actually escape that mode and collect a large built-up jackpot, which is also very satisfying. Do sales like Mad Max, or didn't Waterworld have something like that too? Maybe. Or no, that was something else.
Oh, you are a mess.
Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for the tutorial section of Walking Dead here. Is there any questions anybody out there has that I did not answer, or you'd like me to cover again? Maybe you missed it. Feel free to let me know. But I think that covers most everything. What it really comes down to is once you have an understanding of this and you can go out there and you can play this game with a purpose, you're going to have eventually that one game. And I've heard this from people that have, heard me explain how this works, that they've gone out there, they've finally had that one awesome game where they got Bloodbath, a mode, and another multi-ball working together, and they ended up making some huge shots on it, whether they got a huge points game or just got to horde or what have you. You have this one moment when it all clicks. Like on that one game I had earlier, when I got all those multi-kill weapons really fast, or even just that multi-ball we had shortly ago when I just missed horde. You get those things working together and it just clicks and you just feel really good about playing this game. That's when you really have that, you want to keep playing so you can get back to that feeling of that one game that's awesome. The rest in between are going to be real tough and are going to beat you up some fierce. But once you have that really good one, it just kind of makes everything else disappear around it. Because it's in there. And there's not a lot of other games that really kind of click in a way where the rules work together and make you feel that good. You might have you might get to an end, or you might have a good game as a whole, but that one essence of it all working together as seamlessly as this does is why this game is so highly revered by a lot of people. So, anyway, rant over. So hopefully that was informative for a lot of you out there. Let's do one more game and see if we can top this all off with a final horde mode game to close it out. Because what's knowing everything you're going to do if you can't pull it off? So So I'll talk about a couple of the things I like to do myself when I'm playing. A lot of times, one of the things I like to do is go for prison really quickly and get my 2 shots on there. That way I light up the shots for getting to that multi-ball very early and make quick progress as I'm moving along. Okay, perfect. So I want to make mention here of another interesting point that only occurs on the Premium or LE. And it comes with the Walker bombs. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about this. It's a whole risk-reward thing. So right now, not because I've tried to, but it stopped the item on food, alright? Because one of the drops got hit. But if I were to complete the drop set, I won't get a Walker bomb for Will Walker because I'm not in that preparation mode. So right now, either A, I go ahead and shoot my drops to get towards a mode, which is all fine, but I'm kind of missing out on the Walker bomb. So am I so compelled to now bash the Will Walker a bunch of times just so I can get the Walker bomb? Or do I just ignore that and play normally? So all of a sudden, having these Walker bombs has changed the way that I would think about playing the game. And I'm going to take these riskier shots here just so I can, and see I paid for it, just so I can make more efficiency out of when I complete those drop targets. It's one of the things that when I'm playing this game, I will have mentally, will mentally affect the way that I choose to play. So right now I've got prison active, so if I stop it on first aid, I can be effective. And a lot of times that's what I would want to try to do, is light prison and then shoot for first aid so that I can get that Walker bomb and then make the progress move along. Now this has not been a very productive first 2 balls here. And that's mainly because of the greed that comes from these Walker bombs. Once you get a taste for wanting the Walker bombs, it can produce this greed effect that makes it really difficult to, like, you kind of pull yourself down in the midst. Alright, so Run Ball 3. This is also a very one-ball driven game where you can do so much damage in one shot. Alright, we got Bicycle Girl going. We want to get that and we're dead. Fuck yeah. John the Forehead, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Saturday Night Mixer Tuna stream here on Buffalo Pinball. I'm your Saturday Night host, Mixer Tuna, bringing you some Walking Dead Premium Pinball here tonight. Alright, now let's have a real game where we don't do terrible and we can show off a little bit of stuff. So first things first, I go Bam Prison 1, let the ball save do its job, get back out there, Bam Prison 2, and then we're going to shoot first aid on the left. That's the idea here. That's the idea. Bounce over and boom, there's number 2. Ball under control, scrolling through, and we want to stop it on first aid, so wait till it gets to the one before. There, release, and shoot. Now we're just trying to... Damn it! Now we're just trying to finish off our drops, but we failed. Okay, we'll get right back at it. One before, and go. Oh, that was way late.
That'll put some hair on your chest.
And ball just bounced into food. It's okay, we'll take 2 more pot shots at the well walker and then finish the drop targets, or just have it go right down the middle. Thank you, Walking Dead.
That walker's got some guts.
And now we've stopped it on first aid yet again. And can we actually... Yay!
Dead features are lit.
Alright. Hey, we got our walker bomb. Let's go for Barn. Barn's a good one to play as a single player mode because...
I say you go take a bath.
Damn it. You can stay focused on trying to hit one shot.
Suffering cats.
Make your 3 shots, get through it. Alright. So, you can see where obviously the flaws of that system go. I'm trying to do this. I'm getting too greedy and failing at it here. Let's go to take 2. Strategy number 2 is going to be more modes focused as soon as we get the ball. So we're going to keep walker bombs a little bit in mind here, right? We want to knock down a set of drops, but I don't want to waste my walker bombs, so let's hit weapons instead. So I'm putting a focus on hitting weapons because the other ones for Bloodbath will also potentially give me walker bombs later. So there we go.
Dead features are lit.
I got my dead features lit, which is what I was going for. Since the game starts with Bicycle Girl lit, I'm going to go for the CDC Bicycle Girl left ramp and have Bicycle Girl and CDC going at the same time. Since both of the modes require 3 shots to get a multi-kill weapon, hitting Bicycle Girl 3 times will give me a multi-kill weapon for both of them fairly easily. As I say that, let's see if I can make it happen. Or we just hit the bar shot and everything I said is now irrelevant. So let's now focus back on the barn. There's 1, we need 2 more.
There, you got it.
And we started Bicycle Girl as well.
Shoot that left ramp. Let the bicycle girl countdown.
Alright, and here comes the crossbow. We'll go for Bicycle Girl.
Right between the eyes.
That's 2 barns, we need 1 more. 2 Bicycle Girls, that's 1 more needed. For our multi-kill weapon, that is.
That's sick.
Multi-kill.
And there we go. We got both multi-kill weapons.
Multi-kill.
Now we can use our X multiplier, maybe hit the barn shot. Yeah, look at that. 28 million.
Just keep coming.
Really putting it together there. Last second barn shot for another 5 million. Why not tack it on? One nice thing is that's all those points we get in that barn mode is going to make our multi-kill jackpot worth more. That being said, fail. Got greedy. That's alright, we got 2 weapons.
That was a good one.
Now we've made pretty good progress towards Well Walker from just batting the ball around. Not much towards prison, but that's okay.
Take the tower.
So let's try to stop it on food.
We're almost there. Well, yeah, looks like
We got our Well Walker prep going. Let's hit that last one for the food, which is going to get us closer to starting another mode. Bloodbath, and get our Walker Bomb. Hit prison so we can prep that one. Now we can stop it on first aid, so we're really getting to Bloodbath. We got one drop target left. Thank you.
Oh, it's gonna be a
bloodbath. Now this would be a good one where if we do bloodbath, we got Riot out there. Oh, really fighting it here. There we go. Bloodbath is now happening. Let's see if we can get Riot going. He's got to make the shot once. Extra balls, that there's Riot. Now we've got to get either another multi-ball or the add-a-ball going here. Good time to get cracking on Well Walker. Well,
Come on, I ain't got all day.
we lost Bloodbath. Our other multi-balls are close. Riot shot, 7 million. Good time to hit some drops to add more time. Maybe get a multi-ball going. There we go. Prison.
Hard getting through that armor.
One more Riot shot will get us our multi-kill weapon. Add more time. There we go. Multi-kill from Riot is complete. Once again, fulfilling that little objective-based feel. Didn't make much of that multi-ball, though, to be honest. One more shot to start Well Walker multi-ball, though.
Look for first aid kits.
We got 3.5 million on the multi-kill jackpot, which is very good. So now over here we want to focus and put it on food. Because we don't have that one lit. And it'll give us a Walker Bomb. Still alive. Come on, get that last one. There it is. Okay, so we got our Walker Bomb. One cool thing is one shot left on Walker, one Walker Bomb. We are in a security blanket. Pick up our extra ball. Use this time here to hopefully not hit and start the Walker. That way we can make some progress.
We need to decide what we need.
Progress on that. We can work on hitting more drop targets if we want.
Grab all the food you can.
We can move towards making progress towards our next bloodbath. We got the security here. Dangerous shot of hitting more prison shots. We can go for those too. Whatever you want. And then we start the multi-ball and it no longer matters. So once again with the Well Walker, it's all about switch hits. CDC, I'm trying to hit the CDC shot. Oh, that's not coming back. That's a shame. Hey, SNHPC. How's it going? Replay. Alright. We're back at it. We've got 3 of the 5 modes complete. We've only got 3 Walker bomb or multi-kill weapons though. Alright, let's try to stop it on weapons. Ball save. Ah, G-Bond, how's it going? Alright, we've stopped it on weapons. This is going to get us towards our next bloodbath, by the way.
That was a good one.
Keeps it alive. Keeps it alive.
Got one.
Bam. And multi-kill from hitting drop targets, and bloodbath will be ready. So both of those are really good. It'd be nice to make a little progress towards another multi-ball a little bit faster, but that's okay. Probably be important for us to get the bloodbath started, to be honest. Really struggling here. Multi-kill jackpot is actually fairly valuable at the moment, which is nice. And we got our bloodbath going, which is great.
He's dead as a doornail.
Beat on Well Walker.
Gonna have to kill him.
There we go. Add a ball from drop targets.
Throw away that first.
Well Walker's going, and we're about to pick up our Well Walker multi-kill weapon. We can just hit him one more time there. There we go. Alright, we started Arena. There's our last one we need for Horde. Alright, we got Horde lit. Let's not biff it. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. 30 million for that one X multiplied shot there. 30 million.
Oh, his head just exploded.
Okay, take a breather. Woodbury shot for Horde. No, not a problem, G-Bond. Alright, here we go. Hording it up. Nailed.
What's that smell?
One of the best openings to a mode. Just so awesome. So all the walkers are the 5 shots coming at you. The more lights that are lit on that shot, the closer the walker is. If they get all the way to you, they'll bite you. You can see in the bottom left how many you need to kill, which right now is set at 3. So hit any of the 3 shots. Kill them walkers. If you take too long, they'll come at you. This starts as a multi-ball, but will continue as single ball play as well. So if I lose one, this is not over. That guy's down. Uh-oh. Alright. So another thing is, you do have walker bombs here. I have one that you always start with. This horde-only bomb. There we go. If you complete the number needed for remaining, you'll get a super jackpot, an add a ball, and a short ball save. So we're back up to 2, and quickly back down to 1. We have to kill 4 more guys. So we only have 1 walker bomb right now to keep us safe. You can get more by completing it on weapons, and weapons only. So there we go, we got 2 now. But we still gotta kill some people. There's 1. We gotta kill 3 more. 2 more could be from walker bombs, so we technically just need 1 more. 1 more, we are safe. Let's kill him the old-fashioned way. We stopped that on weapons, which is nice. So if we complete the set of drops, we'll get another walker bomb. That one walker is getting awfully close. There we go. Eat it. Alright. Once you've completed 2 sets and you're on the 3rd set like we are now, you actually will have the ability to escape and get a big jackpot simply by whenever you get down to 1 ball. When you get back to single ball play, you can escape this. Well, there we go. Back to single ball play. This will lower down. Oh, no, wait. We have to complete it 3 times. My bad. We completed it twice. We got to complete it 3 times. After the 3rd time, then you can escape. But we do have, I think, at least 2 or 3 walker bombs, so we're more than safe.
I hope we have enough ammo.
Alright, use the walker bomb to stay alive. Gets the super jackpot, add a ball, we're back out there. So now if we go to single ball play, we will be able to escape. No doubt. No doubt at all. No diggity. Killing walkers that be getting close. As long as they don't drain at the same time. There you go. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. We're down to 1 ball. We can escape. Oh, it almost went in there on its own. Oh, we got 2x multiplier going. If we can get out now, we can get it double because the playfield multiplier is going. Come on. Come on, ball. Get down here. I don't think I've ever done this with a multiplier. We did it. We did it. Escape. Escape. Come on. Escape. 192 million. Sweet. 300 million horde mode. That was awesome. And that is how you hoard. Now it's moments like that that make this game so damn cool. And now we're back into game. And we only have one mode left to finish off here. Damn it! Now there goes ball 2. This will be a new GC, yes. Solid bonus.
Yeah!
The crank, yeah, it does put a hurting on that. I would say it's easier to get the 2x multiplier in Metallica though. But that was pretty dope.
Got him.
Alright. Let's try to do a mode. Why not? We'll do that. Crossbow. We've got 2 of them done. If we do barn, that would be pretty dope. Not even close.
Get inside.
Alrighty. Modes are lit.
Dead features are lit. We need to figure this out.
We'll bank it on going into 4. Yeah. I think that's 2 there. Another one could have a multi-kill weapon. Oh, crap. Okay. Still alive. No! Ah!
Oh, you got bit.
Not too bad.
High score achieved.
Can I get to... I have never been to last man standing. In the time I've owned this game, I think the best I've gotten... Hey Jaunty Dog, thank you so much for the 500 bits. You are awesome. Much appreciated, man. What's up, pinball players? 724, not too shabby. Crossbow champion 23, Horde champion, not a surprise at 303.